Hello YouTube and welcome to GrunfWorks Plays KSP. This is episode 11 of our career mode playthrough. And today we will be taking a look at this wonderful mission board to see what can we do regarding the contracts. So, let's see, hauling skipper liquid fuel, spark liquid fuel, engine orbiting the moon. I guess I can take that, because we want it to take in orbit around the moon. Okay, let's see, what shall we research? Okay, so this is the technology, propulsion systems, Oscar B fuel tank, etc, etc. Useful. Heavy rocketry, that seems more useful because of the skipper engine. Advanced construction, maybe. What else do we got? Aerodynamics. That's for planes. Then landing legs, that could be useful. Advanced flight control, not yet. Miniaturization, I mean, I have the science. But we said at the beginning of this playthrough, one tech node per launch. So I'm gonna stick to that. So there will be a lot of launches and lots of code apparently. So yeah. Mark 1 command pod, and I'm trying to do, because I have a satellite to deploy in the circular orbit around the moon. So I have to make a satellite deployer. And given that we have no remote, comnet at this point, we don't have any communications network, so I could do it remotely. I plan to do it, the old-fashioned way, EA manually. So, let's put some... The first phase is, of course, the construction. And here we're just constructing a deployer ship, and we also may as well science the crap out of this, because 2 times I ferried the mystery goo and 2 times I didn't discover it. So definitely this time when we're going, I'm gonna take that one, and I'm gonna take a stack decoupler, which I'm gonna clamp right above. And here I'm gonna hope to cram the new satellite. But first, heat shield. Well, not this one. This one. Duh. Come on. Attach nicely, thank you very much. Perfect. So let's give it a good look, shall we? Heat, yeah, we need the solar panels, and I think those 2 will be enough for our Kerbal to survive. By the way, guys, I'm not just into renaming Kerbals just yet. It's coming down the line. I just have to... Well, I guess I have to have some name applications first, and I'll also I will be going with my patrons, of course. So, the satellite will be a little bit dinky, nothing too crazy, I hope. Well, let's put 1 battery. Well, a couple of solar panels, of course. No science equipment needed, but I mean, some antennas we could put in for nothing, just for the laughs. 1 antenna for sure, because that one would be my Lunar relay satellite, actually. I could do that. Yeah. If I'm already placing a satellite around Moon, I might as well request that it has a clear purpose. Okay, how I'm gonna rotate these antennas? Something like that. And let's have 2. Wow, they look like clamps. Okay. No matter. So, this is the craft. The satellite and the craft. Perfect. Let's just put a description. Utility, moon, satellite, deployer. And I think satellite is spelled with 2L. Genius. But, yeah, well... Clearly I'm commenting this post-commentary because, as you can see, it's a little bit accelerated. I'm trying to stick with the 30-minute format because I think it works. Okay, so, next thing to happen, let's just put some Terrier engine and a fuel tank. I need a small amount of fuel that will be propelling this wonderful beast up, and beyond. And while I'm talking here... Ooh, we have a reaction wheels. I didn't know that. Okay, well, anyway, fuel tank. Let's cram something very nice. For example, this thing. And then let's cram in... No. Let's go first with that reaction wheels, otherwise I'm gonna forget about it. And I think it's good that we have reaction wheels. Where are you? You are in the command and control. Of course you are. Okay, great. So, now we should be putting the fuel tank. I don't feel like putting the biggest fuel tank. I think the smaller one should work. I don't want to put in the 2.5 meter because that one would be helping me to get to orbit. This one should be enough maybe after we eject to the moon to do all the necessary lunar maneuvers. Okay, there we go. And now we can put the big ass fuel tank. Oh, that's gonna be aerodynamic. Oh, so much. Yes. Let's test out our new skipper engine because, well, we can. I'm a little bit concerned about the aerodynamic shape of this thing, but I think I'm gonna stick with it regardless. So let's put some now liquid fuel boosters. I don't know, I'm not really that big on the solid rocket boosters for some reason. I mean, they're fine and I don't mind using them. It's just, nah, you cannot regulate them. And now with the fact that I don't even have a control over the thrust to weight ratio fully, I have no idea what am I getting myself into. And that's why it's a little bit harder to go with the SRBs. Okay, fins, yes we have. Another set of, let's go again with the asparagus staging. So this one goes here, this one goes there. You will be feeding fuel to the main stack, you will be feeding the fuel to the side booster. Perfect. And then the final thing that I need to remember is to drop them in the correct order, and of course more struts, because, well, struts are everything in KSP. They're very important. Right. After all, you don't want to get your rocket that it goes all noodles on you, right? So noodles I prefer when I order a takeout, but I don't like noodles when I build my rockets. Right. Now, let's check the staging because of, check your staging. So first I'll have the rocket engines fire, then I'm gonna have the clamps release, and then I'm gonna go very carefully through the detach procedures, because if I mess this one up, we'll have all sorts of funny business and fireworks going on, so which might result in our Kerbal's untimely demise. So we don't want to do that. All right, seems so far so good. Let's save it. And I did a minor modification. I realized that I have this base station part that actually goes to make this shape a little bit more aerodynamic. Our pilot du jour is of course Jebediah, and for the time being we are just ditching the first set of boosters, i.e. asparagus staging. So the first set is released, then we're gonna ditch the second one. I really hate switching this. I mean, Kerbal Engineer would be so much helpful here. Sorry for, complaining, guys, but I'm so used to it that I don't have to switch, and I don't think, switching so frequent is too good for, I guess, you guys, the viewers, as well. But nevertheless, we are committed to fully stock, and it's stock it shall be. Now, 36 kilometers, perfect. 43, 44. I'm waiting for 100. There we go. 70. We will be going to space. And 103. Good enough. Add maneuver. Right. Jeb, how are you feeling, buddy? Oh, he is all jazzed up. Perfect. Love to see that. Yeah. Now, let's align ourselves. Node prograde. We have to do an orbital spacewalk near the moon, and we need to test the spark liquid fuel engine in the moon's orbit. And what better way to do that but by deploying a satellite? I mean, I could have gone with just some weird, attachment and then just run the test, but I think this is actually more fun. There we go. Burning like a champ, Jeb. What I'm hoping to achieve is to expend most of my resources, sorry for that, while testing this, circularizing this. There we go, and bam! Circular. Awesome. And I think we still have some amount of delta V in our tank, which should be good enough. Now, Tamlin Spot, well, we've rescued you. I would actually need to shut down that thing. It's just confusing me. Terminate the mission, have it just blow up, and then we're good. Now, let's fiddle a little bit with the maneuver node until I find a good Mun periapsis that takes the least amount of delta V. So I'm just thinking a little bit later or earlier or whatnot. Come on. Almost. I don't like the looks of that. I think I'm gonna go roll with my original plan. Come on. Where were you? Move you, damn it. Okay, there we go. Yes. Okay, right. So 838 meters per second. I hope this should be enough. If not, I still have plenty of fuel to spare. And beside, we can always launch the satellite and then burn it to the correct orbit. Although I would prefer to run the test while staging, so. So let's see, what will it be? All right, closing up to maneuver node. Getting ready for the burn. Oh, I forgot about the burn. I should be pressing the burn. There we go. I completely forgot about that burn. I guess I was distracted. Okay. So our maneuver node won't be sharp on point, but it should be close enough. If this was a Duna burn, well, then we would need to make another pass. But I think this is going to be good enough. So let's just bring that Mun periapsis down a little bit. With small correction burn. Come on. Moon periapsis, yes, come on, bring it down. I need it around 230 kilometers. I think that will be fine. 11 meters per second, well, we have more than enough, I assume. So, and that's gonna happen in 50 seconds. So a minor correction needed, but I think we're good. Jeb is definitely up to the task. By the way, guys, these missions are still uncut, but just a little bit time accelerated. If we come to more complex missions where I will be repeating the more routine tasks, I might need to cut them at some point so it doesn't get too boring or tedious. But for now, I'm keeping with this kind of format. Let me know what you think in the comments, of course. I'd like to hear from you, so any comments, suggestions, and whatnot are warmly welcome. So, all right, closing up on the moon. There we go. Let's extend that antenna. It will boost our signal back to Kerbin. And probably those two antennas that I've put on the sides are definitely an overkill, but I thought it would be kind of fun to have them regardless. Right, so we are at the periapsis of 210 kilometers, and we are trying to aim between 220 and 230. So let's be precise about it. The total burn is 222.8 meters per second. I don't believe that we have that much fuel in the tank, so I don't think it will take 5 seconds. But then again, I'm ready to be surprised. Oh, the goo seems to be less dense here. See, it was a good idea to take the goo. Now, let's accelerate until our orbital insertion burn. 1 minute. I think I want to start the burn a little bit earlier, maybe not a whole minute earlier, but then again I know that I will be going with a Terrier engine, so it will take significantly more, so I may be around the 30-minute mark or something. We could shave off a couple of more seconds maybe. Alright, now. Yeah, let's bring it actually down to the wire. 5 seconds we should have. Yep, we had them. See? No problem, easy peasy. So, what's our apoapsis and periapsis? Let's see, are they between 220 and 230? 238, come on, yeah, good, stop. Oh, and we have apparently satisfied the requirement, did we? I want to make it perfect now. 232. That shall do it. So 0.4 meters per second. Yes. All right, let's do it. Stage perfect. Okay, and we have very little to actually burn. So might as well do it. Okay, pointing the maneuver prograde. And let's take a look. 42 seconds to burn. Let's just burn them off a little bit. And well, there we go. There we go. There we go. Come on. What's the state now? 215 by 228. As if. Okay, now should be correct. So minor tweaks and minor fiddlings, although we are technically in the correct orbit, still doesn't matter. We should aim for perfection. We should satisfy our customers on Kerbin who are requiring a precise, measurement and everything. So, oh, and altitude seems to be correct. Oh boy. Well, let's run the test then. Okay, there's your test run. Happy, guys? Let's activate and shut down, and then we will be for sure staging. But first, let's go outside. Oh, and we are on orbital spacewalk near the moon. Jeb, how are you feeling, buddy? Shall we take a selfie again? All right. Perfect. There you go. Awesome. Board the craft, please. Yeah. EVA report, not much science, but then again, which reminds me, mystery goo though. Space high over the moon. Okay, perfect. Now, the thermometer is doing fine, and I think we have passed our burn, but then again, it's a tiny burn, so we can just correct it by a little bit. Let's stage first. Oh, and the antennas are acting like clamps. So let's release them then. Extend. Thank you. Another one. Extend. Little bit throttle just to get out of here. Perfect. Don't need more, just to have this as a nice relay satellite. Perfect. Let's just orient it. To be honest, this looks wrong because those antennas look like they're pointing in the wrong direction. So let's orient it with its behind a little bit to Kerbin so that we get an idea as if we were doing. Okay, whoa, that was a probe. It was a relay as well. I never noticed that icon because I have never played with this. Oh, I'll have to fix it later on. Note to my future self. Fix that one. Okay. Picture, screenshot, yes, thank you. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be putting Jeb or the satellite as a title, image for this episode, but okay, time to go home. So let's see. Come on. Give me a good Kerbin periapsis. Come on. Ever so gently. There we go. And then just more energy which needs to be consumed. So let's see. Okay, 1.5 million. Okay, a little bit more to bring it down to say 25-ish thousand. 27, 23. I would say that's pretty doable. 244, and I think we have more than enough. So let's time accelerate until we are ready to do the burn. One quick slingshot around the moon, or not slingshot, but more orbit, and we will be burning in 30 or 40 seconds. Man, everything is so dark. Okay. Jeb, are you ready to punch it? Yeah. well, then by all means do punch it. There we go, a little bit more. Oh, now let's check the periapsis. 19. Just a smidge correction. I would like it to be still above 20. So 24-ish. I think that's doable. Alright, Jeb, so we have deployed a relay around the Mun, and time to go back. A relay that I have clearly mislabeled for a probe. Well, you live, you learn. Turn off the HUD so it's a little bit nicer view when we're going back to Kerbin. Hey Kerbin, we're coming back. Alright, and when I press time acceleration, I do really mean the real time acceleration, so we are coming high from above. There we go. Pressing the burn, and we should be decelerating. We have actually more than half of this stage to decelerate to a more reasonable velocity, so might as well use it. I always like to plan my missions so I leave plenty of reserve spare, you know. Especially when I don't know the delta V counts and stuff. And let's just ditch this. And we are now in Sir Isaac Newton's hands. Let's hope he doesn't have butterfingers. Jeb looks happy, and the heat shield ablator is being gently chewed up, but we have more than enough. And these are hardly orbital velocities that we should concern ourselves about, so there we go. Angling ever so slowly towards the surface. I'm gonna a little bit hold on until the chute deployment, until we get a little bit lower in the atmosphere, because I think that will be more prudent. I mean, nothing wrong with deploying the chutes now, but I mean, it would take, the whole landing would take significantly longer, which there is not really a point. And we are still decelerating, so I am thinking of pulling a chutes now. So pre-deployment, as you can see, and we are decelerating, perfect. And now, sooner rather than later, we will get the full deployment around 700 meters, I think. There we go, 800. Well, there you go. And as you can see, we have still more than enough time to come down. But I guess, guys, that once we land and recover the vessel, that would bring us to the end of this episode. Which means I'm gonna ask you again, please like if you like the episode, submit your comments, connect to me with me on social media, and well, let me know what you think. So, all right, coming down soon, 50 meters to go. Jeb, ready for the splashdown, which means open the service bay, of course. Alright, now reset and review the data. I think this is more science actually, so let's recover it. Great. Well guys, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. This is GrunfWorks signing off.